Nintendo Boo hat confirmed.
All right. Let's get things started. We're a little late. We got to do the thing, and everything's set. Yeah, right. It's that one right there, isn't it? I think so. Hey there, friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it might be in your part of the world.
Greetings, my excellent friend.
It is so good to see you. My name is Jeff Fritz, and today is March 24th, 2026, and we're going to write a little bit of code today. How are you doing out there, chat room? I see some of you have been busy, very busy. Some folks have found their way through and tinkering with the map. I did some updates to the map, so it should be better tracking the top number of reporters over the last week now. It should be tracking that better. Let me say hello to the chat room. What? Are we just not getting chat anymore over here? What happened there? That's great. What happened there? Did Restream just decide, hey, we're not going to do this anymore? Pardon me for a second. Like, you just assume all the stuff's going to work, and then poof. Stand by. Okay, ready to display messages. Okay, I guess there was a glitch. That was weird. How you doing there, C Sharp Titan Patty Boy? Hello. M Pulowski. No, it didn't pick up Homer, Alaska. It picked up the wrong Pueblo again. It did pick up the wrong Pueblo again. That's so weird. Like, it just ignores the Colorado extension on there. And as soon as I put Colorado on there, pops up, and we'll get that corrected for you. How you doing there, PC Nerd? Good to see you. I don't know. Yes, I am wearing my Nintendo Boo hat. There you go. And I think, if I remember correctly, that says Melissa. That's the original name of the Japanese name for the ghost character. Napalm, good to see you there. I'm doing well, C Sharp Titan. Thank you for asking. Yeah, Patty boy, you've been very busy this morning. Useless Bay, where the heck is that? Billy, where are you plotting at now? Oh, up there in the northeast corner of Canada. Okay. And PC Nerd, good to see you. Hello. Yep, already got the hat check. How you doing there, Smirking Squiggly? Yep, there, it's right there. Let me get some music playing in the background. We'll talk about some of the things going on, some of the stuff that's happening, and then we'll dive into this. I'm going to start with the Synthwave playlist today. And yeah, let's just jump in. Like, that's the name of this song. Oh, what do you mean you can't play it now? Oh, let's start here at Hell's Horizon. This is music that's DMCA free. It's royalty free. Listen to it wherever you'd like. Check it out at streambeats.com. There's all kinds of genres available. I'm using Spotify, but you can get playlists for all kinds of music services from there. Big thanks to Harris Heller and his team of creators for this music we're listening to today. So, yeah, I did some fixes on the map. Let me go over there. We can take a look real quick. You just updated Visual Studio 2026. I did that update yesterday, and I had a bunch of stuff I had to go back through and fix. I was like, oh, man. So the record count down here, it updates the recent 7 days as viewers come in. So I didn't go through and tell it go recalculate. I just said, just start counting again. So it will start counting, and right now the record for this week is going to be today, but that will keep track over the last 7 days going forward. So that's nice. Yeah, we got Smirking Squiggly in the Netherlands. There we go. It had everybody grouped together there in northwestern Europe. So yesterday, gosh, there were a bunch of folks that figured out what to do with this green line yesterday. That's right, Smirking Squiggly. What is that green line? Some folks figured it out a little bit yesterday and plunged into a little bit of our backstory, a little bit of our puzzles and games and things that are happening on stream. So, no, didn't find Atlantis. So SP link. Oh no! What? Really? No, that's not a thing. Get rid of that. There we go. So that was really cool to see. There's lots of folks talking about that now, and the conversation picked up. It does look like a flight path, doesn't it? Conversation picked up on that and around that on the Discord in the Signals channel. There's folks talking about what's happening there and some of the stuff behind that. You're positioned to catch that flight? So I got some worrying news yesterday. Hang on, I'm not get to regular 100% there. There we go. Right, like I'm in Philly. And there we go. Right, there I am. I'm right there. I got some worrying news yesterday that the U.S. government is saying that they're going to shut down a bunch of airports as early as next week if they don't resolve this security situation. So the problem that I might run into here is the Knoxville airport, where I'm due to travel in a little bit more than 2 weeks. They are going to close that airport. If they close that airport, I won't be able to fly in. I don't think I'm going to fly into Charlotte and drive over. No, I don't give out Xboxes. That's not my gimmick here. Yeah, that's not a thing here. And you're not even listening. So, continuing down here, this one. So anyways, yeah, not having a great time with airports right now. No. There were some airports that had an awful time yesterday. There are some airports that had a little bit better time. It's brutal. DJ Vortex, how you doing there in Wales? There we go. So, hey, Tomas. Yeah, we'll drop a hat in Poland for you there. So, I'm waiting to see what happens with that. Like I said, I really don't want to drive to Knoxville from Charlotte. That's, dear Lord. Lanky Scottish Nerd, you've been very busy. Patty Boy started getting busy this morning, it looks like. Lanky Scottish Nerd just took off yesterday. Got a couple of bees in his bonnet, and so I am impressed. Kudos to you, friend. So it makes you glad you have no upcoming flights. I'm concerned about if I am going to the Microsoft Build event, and I don't know yet. That could just be annoying. Yeah, on fire you are, Lanky Scottish Nerd. Atlantis, how you doing? Weeding Rainbow. So, over there. Just bring MS Build to me. I've said this before. I reach and talk to a lot more folks from this chair, from this desk. So, my journey planner. So we did a bunch of work yesterday on Aspirify.net. We promoted and we got, I didn't deploy, but the content is updated on the website and there's stuff out there for folks to see. Brady Gaster, how you doing there, my friend? Good to see you. Hello. And Yoni Torrado in Portugal. So I have to stop early today. I have a presentation that I have to give for folks at the reactor. I'm giving a session teaching about modernization. It's Litany. How you doing in Leeds? The UK representation here is strong already today. Thank you so much. So I am going to stop in about 2.5 hours because I have to get to prep for that stream. Job market's not looking good in Australia, says C Sharp Titan. Lots of people losing their jobs to AI. So what we're seeing is there are the overly aggressive executives that are saying, we don't need people anymore, just replace them with AI. And then they realize what a mistake they made and they end up rehiring people back. We're not at a point where you can replace people with AI. The tools aren't there, and quite frankly, you don't want to just replace people with AI. You want to give people AI so they can do more, so that all those things that you've wanted to do, you can do now. So, like, that's a thing. Go get more stuff done. So we've seen very large companies here in the States attempt to do this and then realize they messed up and reel it back. So that's been a whole thing going on there. So I got a pull request last night for the Blazor components that I want to show you. Folks, excuse me. Somebody did an analysis of the skills that are shipped in that package, not just shipped, but in that library, and submitted some recommendations. So Brady, if you're still out there, you might be interested in seeing this. They're trying to promote and sell a tool we'll take a look. I don't know. I saw the email come in that I had a pull request, and we'll see where this lands. So we'll see what they get. Let's see here. And then I think we can bounce over. So our friends on the Aspire team, they had their event yesterday. They released Aspire 13.2. I think we go back through our Minecraft tools and we get them updated so that they work with the latest Aspire. And there was something else. No. I think those are the big things. So the and then should have worked.
And then?
See, there it is. It's there. I knew it was there. How you doing there, Billy? Thanks. Cognitive debt. I've been seeing a bit more of the AI tools for getting things recently. Like, it's not just a context window thing, but there's stuff that I've had committed into instructions, into skills that...
Fragment received.
Here's another one of these.
Lima. India. Sierra. Tango. Echo. November. Yeah. This is not an address component.
No?
It appears to be an instruction. I do not understand its purpose. Logging.
Good, log that.
Understood.
Let's figure that out later. This is, you let the bots in, you let them take over, and weird stuff happens. Anyways, have I used Doxygen? No, I haven't. Right. I use MK Docs for my documentation. Oh, you're cooking the wife's birthday breakfast. That's very nice of you. I think we can set up and I think we're due for some updates to the layout of our documentation for the Blazor components and to the samples. Yeah, there we go. Send her happy birthdays on LinkedIn. I don't think you want to dox your wife like that, Brady. Wasn't there a robot that went rogue in Macau? And it was attempting to dance with customers, and it just kind of went off and did its thing. So I want to take a look at the Blazor components, and I'm going to humble brag for a second here while our friend Brady is here. Dear Lord, does it migrate? Like, I went through and I was practicing and working with the migration tools that ship with Visual Studio, and dear Lord, it migrates so much smoother. Like, what happens in Visual Studio, it's like it does a little bit. Literally, it'll work for 10 seconds and then stop and say, should I continue? Yes. Okay, I updated another page or two. Should I continue? Okay. Well, I need your permission to edit this status file that has a list of tasks that I've been working on. Am I allowed to update that? Yes. Because they removed YOLO mode in Visual Studio. Like, that's gone. I don't know where it went to, but somebody removed YOLO mode in Visual Studio. You can't just say, go. No. It pauses like every 10 seconds. It took me 4 hours last night to update an application where I was literally going .NET 8 to .NET 10. It took 4 hours. Oh my gosh, Ellie Face is here. Hello. How are you, my friend? We've got some folks filling out and jumping all over and I was talking to Ellie about, yeah, there she goes with the Bermuda Triangle stuff. Right? And we know that it actually finds the Bermuda Triangle. somewhere actually out in. Ooh, did it actually skip that? No, it logged you in meetings. I will update that to Bermuda Triangle. It actually puts you in British Columbia, not near Bermuda, because there actually is a town called Bermuda Triangle in British Columbia. So that's a thing. Homer, Alaska, how you do it, M. Pulowski? Dropping a pin way up there. You're in meetings, Canada. That's right. You're in Canada. That's a thing. So, you're finding agent mode in Visual Studio exceptionally slow. You have to stop a request and get it to continue. I'm not going to quite go there, but I am seeing that I am seeing that some of the tools and things that are baked into Visual Studio that use agent mode are not as they're not as smooth as some of the other stuff. So it's kind of nice just reading me. Oh, stop it. Disappointment Island. Yeah, here we go. Surly Dev loves going and trying to. It's like there's a competition here. There's first thing when stream starts, you've seen this. Folks are like, I'm going to get the southernmost pin on the map. And it's like, who's the southernmost? And then sometime a little bit later, when some of our Swedish friends come on, join because they've gotten home from the office for the day, they're like, all right, I'm going to get the northernmost. And M. Pulowski's already trying to get the northernmost. See, there's Thindal, right? It's uncivilized in Seattle. How you doing there, Thindal? Hope you have a fantastic time at the MVP Summit. No, it's 9 a.m. here. 9:30. Trying to debug a production issue. Oh man, I feel that. I get it. Vulcan Point, Philippines. Yeah, we got you over there. How you doing there? Surly Dev went over to YouTube just for the map. Oh man. You found it interesting where it's doing plans, and if I implement plans, you hit a Copilot rate limit. Oh, that's annoying. Squads do help with that, right? So think about what the squad does. The squad hands things off to child tasks. So where you have, let's say, a 250,000 token context window for an initial request, you hand in that request, it spawns those tasks, and if it hands them off to 6 child tasks, each one of those has a 250,000 token context window. So your request now has 1.5 million tokens in the context window. That's better. That gets you more productive. That gets you more focused and better results. So just reading my right, where's my captions doc? There it is. Yes, my captions are working. You get over here. You're supposed to be docked in here somewhere. Yeah, there we go. Somehow they got popped out of OBS. They redid the docs here. Some of the things. Come here. Really? You're not going to let me... Whatever. You know what? Whatever. Let's see here. From Buc-ee's. Chris Funk is at Buc-ee's. Actually, I think it did. Yeah, it put you at Buc-ee's. Right there. John's in Greece. Hello. We're trying to... So the This Week counter down here, we're trying to set a new standard there. Oh, Thindall is trying to literally get Antarctica by jumping over to YouTube. I see what you've done there, my friend. Which one? The one in Texas. Right here, we can zoom in and actually get like right on it. The one right off of State Highway 114. Yeah, that's a thing. So, Warwickshire, how you doing there, Munkerman, Ohio? Wait a sec. Munkerman, Ohio, but you're in Warwickshire? Loading up those UK pins. You don't think what took? It did take. There you are. That's you. It took. Oh yes. So, anyways, so yesterday there was a bunch of I had a stream because I knew I was going to have a little bit shorter stream today. I'm going to try and stream Friday and do our ASMR book reading stream. I'll be reading The Time Machine on Friday. But yesterday there were folks that really went after what that green line is, and they started playing around and figuring out there's a thing here, and there's been a lot of chatter in the Signals channel on Discord. So let me know if you find anything over there on that. There's definitely some people that are getting interactions happening there. So let's bounce over while I'm keeping an eye on things here in chat. Can I do that and that? Yeah, like some of the OBS panels here just froze on me. That's nice. You don't know how to get much more southern than that? Nope, that's pretty much it. So we were working on our Blazor components. I want to talk about, there's a skill update that was recommended here. I want to go in and see if we can do something to improve the documentation, improve the sample website. Because I think we're getting closer to a point where folks are really going to start paying attention and start using this tool. So we'll dive in and look at that. I think we're going to play some Minecraft with Aspire. Oh, look at this. On LinkedIn, I hate to tell you, it doesn't pick up LinkedIn. It doesn't pick up LinkedIn yet. I appreciate the restream comment, the comment on LinkedIn, but it doesn't pick up LinkedIn just yet. We're not there. You're going to go troll over on LinkedIn? Sure. It does show your name on LinkedIn in chat with the restream bot. Like you see Thindall's LinkedIn profile name there showing up. So you've been warned. Be aware. So let me get my gunners on. These are my torpedoes. Have the nice wraparound lens. These are probably one of the oldest pairs of glasses that I have. They are, I really like these. I wear these a lot. So, yeah, that's a thing. And there it is. Now I've got the LinkedIn comments coming in on my phone and whatnot because I have LinkedIn notifications turned on. You're a mod. You can change your location with the location command. Location space set space name space location. So moderators can do that. Anyway, now I've just fed the oh no. It's Litany decides to go, I'm going to go over and do that myself. over on YouTube, and now we're competing for. I don't think it found Terra Polar Station. Aloo the Dragon!
Aloo the Dragon just resubscribed for 37 months. Hello from Traverse City, me. C# coffee Alooth point.
Trumpso? We got that one. Alright. It doesn't pick up. I need to work on getting Charlie to detect messages on the special special messages in chat, subscription messages, stream streak messages. New Madrid, Missouri. There you go, Chris Funk. But I've already got you at Bucky's. So it's Surly Dev is moving. Yes. Now, oh, that's right. Surly Dev has mod access. Also, so does. Hang on. So does Ellieface. She can set her location also. And oh dear Lord, what have I done? I'm going to have moderators just moving pins wherever they feel. See? Here it comes. Oh, that's a Lou. Okay. So, there's Chris Funk. Yes. And that's perfectly fine. Where is that? Quittener Pack National Park? Are you kidding? I do appreciate folks jumping over to YouTube just for the trolling. Like, okay, hang on. So Billy placed a pin way up there. Yes. Yes, you can, Surly Dev. That's the trust that I give to you. And now you're going to Vulu? Oh, my Lord. I don't even know where some of these locations are, and I'm just, like, trying to catch up. Yeah, okay, so the AI is like, yeah, drop a like on YouTube, please. That'd be very nice. Have a good one, Thin Dog. Good luck. Enjoy the event. You're a little bit early over there, but I guess it's like middle of the afternoon for you. What's it called? Because of jet lag. So I know exactly that feeling. No, just say Seattle. It doesn't know what the Microsoft Conference Center is. I'm just gonna sit here for a second and let the moderators have fun playing with the map here, because they're moving hats like chess pieces. They open the door in 12. Oh, I guess they have coffee and some small breakfast refreshments there. Yeah, do me a favor and drop a like on the YouTube. We crossed 14,000 subscribers on the YouTube yesterday. Yesterday? Over the weekend? Recently. So that's a thing. It doesn't Ascension Island, Dublin Island from Eric there. So what happened here? So Restream takes some time with LinkedIn because you can only poll LinkedIn every so often. LinkedIn is the polling for messages takes a while, but even then I don't have Charlie reading LinkedIn yet, only because it's a little bit wonky, because you can only poll like every 30 seconds. So it'll eventually come over on the Restream bot, but it won't. Charlie isn't reading it to do the locations. So look at this. And now Surly Dev is about to figure out I think Surly Dev figured out how, like, there's a loophole here in this. Yeah, go ahead, take a look at that hat. So, several things. When you do exclamation point location, it puts your same icon out there. I don't have it figuring out how to go and get the appropriate icon for that other viewer. Second, squirrel. Yes, very squirrel. It see, it doesn't check to see if somebody's actually watching. So we're gonna have all these little swords that pop up everywhere because Surly Dev is just exploiting the loophole in Charlie and placing swords everywhere. And now Ellie knows about that. And if there's anybody that enjoys doing ominous quality assurance mischief, it's Ellie Face. What have I done? Yeah, there it is in chat. Right there. They're just gonna fill the map with nonsense. Now there's a discussion happening somewhere in their heads. Wait a sec, how do I make a smiley face in the middle of Africa with hats? See, here it comes. Here it comes. An arrow to Fritz's house. Oh no. What have I done? Oh, chat, I'm so sorry. This was intended to be a serious live coding stream today, but the moderators have taken over. Rush should be looking pretty. Blank canvas, and it's all out there at mapcsharpfritz.com.
Master Fritz, I don't think the code is quite operational yet.
No, it is. Unfortunately,
in fact, I'm rather certain it's quite broken.
No, it is broken because they're putting hats and locations for any location. See, look, McNutt's just. Are you really in the hospital? See, here it comes. Did it? Nope, didn't put it in Siberia. Nope, didn't put anything in Siberia. Sorry. Now, there is a, it tried to put something in Siberia. Oh no, it did. But that's not Siberia. Yank. Oh my gosh, McNutt's. Whoa. Oh my gosh, my friend. Hang in there. Oh my. Yeah. All the best to you out there. Appreciate you tuning in. Glad to hear you're getting the help you need. But whoa, yeah, take care of that one. That's important. So, it's always important to me, that right, you out there, all of you, you're important to me, and hearing how you're doing and what's going on, it is always something that's a joy. Our friend C Sharp Titan had some health issues that they were dealing with. I'll never forget our friend Brave Cobra. But wishing you a speedy recovery there, McNutt's. Always want to make sure folks are doing well and having a fantastic day, and take care. All the best to you and your friends there, and your family as you work through that. So Yes. Take care, McNets. Very good. Napalm asks, will I be at Build? You got blessed to attend? Hey, terrific. I haven't heard anything yet. I won't hear anything until probably mid-April, May. Will I hear? And quite frankly, based on the way I'm hearing some of the planning go, I probably won't. But stay tuned. If I'm going, you'll hear it here. So, did they take out your heart, rinse it off, and put it back? Oh, dear Lord. What? Oh no. Okay. So, this just in case you haven't seen, the moderators have figured out how they can set locations and are painting pictures on the map. There we go. Let's see. So, yes, speedy recovery to you, McNets. You are doctor. Yeah, she's gonna fix the map. That's what she's gonna do. If I do get to go, love to grab coffee. Absolutely. So I was in Las Vegas last week, and Scherer was there also. Got to spend some time, got to visit. I didn't have too much time because I had a very quick visit, but did get to visit and hang out for a little bit. Figured, yeah, you saw an alternative use. Well, I told you that you could set somebody's location, and then you figured out how to exploit it right away, Surly Dove. Is this why your agent is running slow? Because they're using it to map locations? Nope. The map does not use an AI. And when the map does do some analysis of text, because it gets to, it's like the sixth check, it's using a dedicated AI service that I have stood up. It's not the Cult of the Green Line. That sounds like a thing. Nalian, how you doing in Austin, Texas? There's an all-time record of 53. Yes, there is an all-time number of viewers down there, 53. We're at 36 already as our high this week. I had to take some off because they were in the bad location there. Iceland, see, there's the LinkedIn message that finally came through. It's just the Restream bot literally takes forever to read it. So, yeah, Iceland's not participating in Eurovision this year. That's a thing. Sorry. But I do like Felicia, the entry from Sweden. I really like that. Who is this person who's so wise in the ways of the Eurovision? We've been spending the last... we haven't for the last 2 or 3 weeks. Last 2 weeks. But, like, January, February, and the first week or two of March, watching National Eurovision Finals. Finland is one of the ones I didn't see. It's your favorite right now. Oh, no. Now our Finnish friends in Shatter. Yes, look, Finland. All right. I have a feeling I'm going to come back to this, and there's going to be back. Why is it looking for back in the days? So, the push to play violin live. Okay. Let me pivot over to the code. I really appreciate the locations and the fun over here on the map. C# Josh chiming in New York City. Come on now. You ruined the bot. No, you didn't. Why didn't it? Like, NYC should be a thing here. But no. I'm, like... Right? What do I have on the console here for... it didn't even try to look for NYC. Yeah, it didn't even try to look for it. It can't find Denmark? No. It can find Denmark. And the mods have been playing with locations. So, that's a thing. Okay. I'm like at the mercy of chat here right now. This is a thing. Coffee is good. And I'm ready to jump in and take a look at some of the code over here. Can we do that? So this is the Blazor web forms components. You can find the open source library for this. Ruark, hello, thank you so much. Really appreciate the follow. You can find this project that we're working on at that location I just pasted in chat. And there's this issue that was opened by this person, Rohan Tessel, who evidently has their own skill review tool that they're showing off here. And they ran the skills that were in this repository through their tool, and they have some suggested updates. Now, before I go digging, looking at this, where is it? I think it's up in here. No. In GitHub and skills. So there's these that aren't really the skills that I want to ship, but like it generated a skill for the Contoso migration test so that it knows how to do this. And it looks like, okay, it looks like they didn't go hit all of them. Blazor event callback aliases. Where's that? Like, Blazor event callback aliases. So this is one actually that it's not using. But yeah, it doesn't have... It doesn't have the YAML on the top of it. But some of these other ones, like squad conventions, like that's not one that I'm pushing. Reskill is one that I did. Brady actually wrote this and passed it off to me. And yeah, it didn't add any YAML content to that when I wrote it. So I'm okay with that. Status reconciliation, like component documentation, I think is the only one. I think these are two different bits here. There's a bunch of skills in here that we probably should address, find, reload, handle. And I'm okay with that. So, reskill clearly, status reconciliation, I don't know what that is. Like, Squad goes and creates a series of skills to help itself. Yeah, this is reconciling statuses inside, like, progress. I'm okay with dumping that, but component documentation is one that I absolutely want to make sure that we do better. So, like, I want the squad to do a better job at writing documentation. So, I'm okay with, like, updating this one will really help me. Those other ones are kind of like not entirely important to me. Documentation, what's that skill? Like, not component documentation. This one. Guidance for writing MK Docs documentation. So what's it want to improve on that? It's got a little bit of a bump up. So let's take a look at what changed here. Like, for those of you that don't know, and I know there's some folks that are learning AI and they're using some of the AI tools for the first time and getting in, you build skills to kind of train the tool that here's the standard way that I want to interact with things. So, like, a skill for the Blazor authentication migrations, but it's sitting in .ai team, and that's where we moved things from for Squad. So I think I'm okay with taking this. And then I'll move it into the Squad folder. So if Brady's still listening, when we did the upgrade with the Squad command line tool, it didn't move the skills over. I think we need to make sure the skills get moved to the new folder. I'm going to take a note on that so that if I don't catch him from the AI team folder to the Squad folder. It just looks like it didn't migrate those. Let's see, what else do we have here? Blazor event callback aliases. Yeah, that's another one that should be moved over. This is more in how we're building the components, right? And this front matter that's up at the top, the AI tools use this to decide when to include this skill, when to include this training, when it goes and actually performs a task. So form submission, once again, it's in AI team. Workaround patterns for Blazor server enhanced navigation. Okay. Parameter aliases. Yeah, these are all things that I was using. And then migration standards. Like, I need to move these over. The component development skill. You know, how to handle base classes, properties. Yeah. How to write documentation. Okay. And then some of the upgrade stuff. Where's the actual... He didn't make any modifications to the actual migration toolkit. So I'm okay with that. Yeah, let the workflow run. This looks really good. It's a nice recap of some of the skills that have been floating around inside of this repository. Period. I had forgotten some of them existed, and some of them are in old folders that are no longer being referenced by our agent. Period. I almost want to go back and do an inventory of all of the skills that are inside this project so that we can update all of them so that they are current with our current practices and interactions that we're taking with this repository. Period. New line. New line. Thank you so much for taking a look and suggesting some updates to our skills. Period. I've covered these on today's live stream, and you'll see them on the YouTube recording later. So, looks like it's a nice tool, a nice guide to optimizing skills using best practices. Not bad. Not bad at all. I was using Sensei from Shane Boyer to help with some of that, and notably, none of the skills that I had Sensei go and fix are in this list. So maybe I'll let Sensei, maybe we'll schedule Sensei to run on a regular basis to come through, review, and update some of the skills. Did something happen to chat? All of a sudden, like, I'm not getting any chat updating on YouTube or Twitch. Are we still out there? Like, everything stopped. Still there? Okay. Yeah, like, whoo. What's with that? So, let's go ahead and, it says able to merge. It's just there is no, it's all updates to skills, so I'm okay with that. So, very cool. So, big thanks to Rowan out there for the suggestions to help out with that. Not a problem. I recognize that folks sit back and just listen, but right, there's a point after like a couple minutes where it's like, nobody wrote anything in chat? Like, am I that good? Or am I that bad? So, kind of cool to have some good practices out here. Well, where's your document? That's not a guide. Unless there's code happening under the scenes here. Yeah. Lots of CSS. So. We can do without the and then. No and then. You can add as many and thens as you want. All right. So if that's in the mix now, like I'm gonna go back and
that's not syntax, but I still hit harder than your compiler.
Hey Phil, good to see you. Hello, hello. So let me head over here and jump into that folder. Pull in the upstream that has those. And I feel like I need to move skills from that folder into the GitHub folder. Or no, into the squad folder. Yeah. Space Shot, how you doing there? Hello. Good to see you. Are you in Seattle with the rest of the crew? Let's do this. Let's open VS Code here and do this a little visually. We'll get back to you in a bit. So up here, AI team. Why am I all of a sudden? Let's take all of these and go down to squad. Skills. I got a couple skills here. There they go. I didn't delete from up there. And it does already have a migration standards. So I'm just going to delete this. So there's that. Oh, that's the Ajax well. No, I'm going to delete this other one. Because I've already got... Yeah. And, don't need you. But moving those items, that's fine. And I'll get that pushed and merged. Yup. Sync those changes up, and then I'll do a pull request. Actually, I can do a straight push. No, do it as a PR. Don't mess with the push. Compare across forks. This is kind of going against... Yeah, that's the only one. Yep, that's fine. And we're just moving stuff, so no big deal. Yep. All right, fantastic. So back here, let me see. Landed yourself in the doghouse. Your pup was whining like he does before Mrs. Funk puts a leash on him. I asked if she was going to take him for a walk, turned into... No, that happens. Chuck Beasley chiming in. Where'd that go? Over here. A Dak Island. Where the heck is that? Is that you? Yeah. Yeah. The moderators have been playing with the map. Do not taunt them or they will move your pin. Let me see here. So, checking around, back over here. So, I have Sensei installed locally. Actually, I think I can... yeah, let's just run Copilot. Get this to look at our skills and see what we can do to update. If there are any updates that we need. I want to get it to look at our documentation. No, let's go to plan mode. Actually, autopilot, so I can just write stuff. Where did I get the Blazor skills? I think it generated them as I was going along. Oh, here we go. See? Falcon Islands? Yeah, no. He's just going to draw lines and make pictures on the map here. And you can all go see them. Ergenrod in Orlando. We've got 2 folks in Florida today. Let's see here. I feel like we could do some tuning and improvement in the documentation for this. Some combination of improving the syntax, improving the format, improving the organization of the documentation. Period. Review the current structure and organization and propose some updates that I can review. Stop after you give me that report. Have it take a look at that. Yes, enable everything. Go! YOLO mode! Do it! So we'll see how that turns out. You're moving Thindal to the Mariana Trench. And yeah, you're doing that while he's not here. Like, that's where Joystick Nick usually hangs out. Is the Mariana Trench. Oh no. Oh no. Please tell me I didn't give people ideas. You can search for Blazor auth migration, you land on some kind of catalog. Yep. I wouldn't be surprised. If you did it while he was here, he might defend himself. I don't think he has a sword. His partner has a sword. And she's only reading the stream today. So, filling that out, 42 pins, and they're not all real today. That's fun. That's fine. Why? Look at this. Brady, are you there? It forgot the squad. It literally forgot the squad. Like, there's my agents. I moved some of the skills, but yeah, I know you're running in the background here. Like, it's logging down here and working down here. It shouldn't be working. Yeah, it's done up there. Yeah. You got a black box. Napalm. I think you're onto something. Like, what happens if I just delete that? Because I've moved everything over to the .squad folder. And I want to resume that one. You're entering a new dev education phase where people still want to see how to do things, but we can also create skills or agents to do things for us. Yes. What are you doing? Oh, dear Lord, Surly Dev. Okay. It's not recalculating that number properly, but 40. Why did you search for 45? No. Because I highlighted that? Whatever. Who is on my squad? Like, I'm using the squad agent. It should wake up and show me. Yeah, there's my squad. Okay. It's a pretty big group. Finish auditing my documentation by assigning it to the squad. Yeah, there it goes. There we go. Routing it to those folks that specialize in. Suddenly, Surly Dev is getting a geography lesson. Like, this is a thing. Like, I have the final buttons over here that can remove pins from the map. I feel like I'm in a pin war with Surly Dev right now. Adding and removing and hiding pins on the map. Warm Peas! Hello!
Warm Peas just resubscribed for 29 months. Hello friends from the Shire of Work.
The Shire of Work. Oh. I'm so sorry. The Cliptographer, Ile Saint Lun, Gramont. Where is that? Really? And then there's going to come a point where it's not, let's make lines. It's going to be, let's get the biggest number somewhere. Right? Because I can zoom out and we can get just like 30 across the North Atlantic. Like, all right. I have seen what you've done with the drones on Code Rush, yes. And I realize I've given you a little bit too much power. The record watch has turned on here. Thanks, Early Dev. So this is okay. Now they're working. Good. Good. Hey there, friend on LinkedIn. Hello. It doesn't pick up the locations from LinkedIn and share them yet, but that's something that I do have in the pipeline to finish and get working. So, yeah. Give me, like, restructuring documentation is something that I think AI can do very, very well, right? You can stream on LinkedIn now. Yeah. So if you go over to LinkedIn, you click through to my LinkedIn profile, you'll see that I'm streaming over there, and there's folks commenting on the stream over on LinkedIn. So, yep, that's a thing. Let's see here. So I've got that, starting and examining that. I also had, right, I've been working on getting some of these older component models working in, yeah. Getting these working in Blazor with my components. That's just straight HTML. I'm okay with that one. That's straight HTML also. That looks like it actually navigates migrates nicely. Should that be a select or should that be a combo box? Let's see what the original had. Controls, department filter. It did have the original components. Is what Claude? Nope, not Claude. I'm using Copilot. Although I think I lost Napalm. I think Napalm found some things going on with the mouth. With the mouth? With the map. Wizard Dre. Yeah. No problem. You're lost? I don't know. Are you lost? You said you found a black box that opened on the map? That sounds weird, man. I feel, what is that? Base user control. Oh, that's, I don't have a base user control in this, do I? No. Nope, can't set locations with coordinates. Womp womp. 403 errors in the console. Nope, can't use coordinates. I did hear something, sounds like you might have a ad blocker running. What is that website? I can get there on my browsers. Yeah. VPN. Yes. I don't like the way this migrated that. And I'm going to want to go back and evaluate and tune. Because, right, part of the tenets of this library is I want to be able to just drop in and have it use the exact same things. What do we got here? My audit report for documentation. README fails the first time visitor test. No quick start, no component overview, no start here path. Okay. Stub docs with no content. Has a to-do. Okay, yeah. Yep, that's an issue as well, needing user controls, and that's a feature that you were just seeing. I'm not happy with how it works right now, so there's stuff to do there. Tabbed content massively underused. Yeah, okay, I like those critical issues to be addressed. High priority improvements. Admonitions underused. 40% of docs lack see also cross links. Okay. Homepage restructure. Complete user controls markdown. Add data binding cheat sheets. Move Ajax docs to Ajax controls folder. That makes sense. Consider splitting editor controls into subcategories. Convert 25 component docs to tabbed syntax. Oh, to use some tabbed syntax so they're side by side. That's not a bad idea. All great ideas. Start a feature branch and proceed with refactoring. While that's running, let's revisit the migration of ASCX controls in the department portal. I want to try to encourage... no, I want to focus on a drop-in replacement strategy for user controls and their components. Let's review how... What was the one that we were particularly looking at? Yeah, department filter. Let's review how some components were migrated, like the department filter to department filter. So the thing with Squad is you have multiple agents. I've got 10 in this project. Let's get as many of them running concurrently as possible. So we'll have a few of them now go work on redoing documentation in the background. Concurrently, let's go work on these user controls and get some documentation and some updates on that. Oh no. Hire all the agents? I agree. But I don't have enough going on up here to decide how to do that. Did Surly Dev figure out how to automate locations and messages in chat? So Beast is going to create the feature branch and doc start on the document refactoring. Forge is going to take a look at the replacement analysis. Okay. Only 2. What are you doing? Surly Dev is placing people in Spain. I think he's done it. Did you literally just make a smiley face with swords on my map? It's the Spanish and Portuguese smiley face. Oh, dear Lord. Yes.
Oh, my.
Surly Dev is off his medication. Like, gonna put more smiles over here. Gosh, you could put some down and really complete the line here, you know? It created a smiley for McNett That's so nice of you. Looks a bit like the Grinch. It's because they're all the swords. Like, I'm thinking there's things I need to do to update the location command. Not just check to make sure that it's that it's a user who's actually watching, but setting the appropriate icon for that user is something. Oh, man. And now we're see, it says we're at 56, even though there's 45 viewers on the map. I think there's something happening there that's different between folks are saying their location and it's being placed. Oh no, the Lanky Scottish Nerd. Where did it place? No, that's not right. I'm just scrolling through the list of locations here on my dashboard, which at some point I should give moderators access to the dashboard, but...
Anomaly logged.
Uh-oh.
Signal inversion detected at primary relay.
Okay.
Reversed polarity output, VED, Silgrad. No. That is not a recognized transmission format.
But...
Source reflection.
That looks
mirrored.
like...
Unable to classify.
That looks
The
like what
observation
Napalm was talking
continues.
about, right? That might be, yeah. All right. Looks a bit like the Grinch. No. Seeing it, the best part is if I zoom out enough, it just turns into a 10. So. Riddles, man. Well, I think I'm not. Yep, there's the clip. A smiley for McNets. Yeah, there we go. Ah, look at that. Napalm's on the board now. Look at that. Time to build a smiley of 10s. Oh, no. Oh, no. Like, it does... They do get... Anyways. All right. Let me head back over here to this. Let's see. 20 tool calls in is at 46. Okay. Do your thing, man. Created squad doc improvements branch, expanding the landing page, converting component docs to tab syntax. So let's go over here and let's see what it's writing, because we can watch that. Updates to the drop-in strategy. Are we? Yeah, we're on the. It didn't actually write any files yet. No, maybe it is writing files. There's that sound means. Doc refactoring, expanded README. Did you? If you did, it's not in. That README. Who this is for? Quick start, installation, register for services, add imports. Nice. I have a feeling we can do more with that. Svakos with the resub.
Just resubscribed for 27 months.
Hello. Thank you so much. 27 months with us. Thank you. I appreciate the support. It lets me do things like this. Oh, dear Lord. There you go. Surly Dev is drawing pictures in Spain. Like, yeah. Yeah. Let me take a look over here. Component overview, 7 major categories, migration resources. Nice. Samples application to live sample site, key features. Like, I would have rewritten this, but the AI just has it. Like, prioritizes compatibility over modern best practices. Yes. Some behaviors in HTML structures follow web forms patterns for consistency. For applications that need a cleaner, more modern approach, consider a complete Blazor rewrite. I don't like that. I don't like that. Who needs meds? Oh no. How you doing there? Bjornar in Wallonia? Is that? I'm not familiar with that. Yeah, we've got you on the map. That showed up. There you go. Hello. Strike that. Strike what? Yeah, the bit at the end here. That. Because I think that's... No software project is ever truly done. Let's start there. And I like just leaning on the microphone. I think there's a future enhancement coming where we take that and we give you skills that apply modernization techniques. Let's use async await properly. Let's use dependency injection properly, and so on and so forth. Oh, I'm in read-only mode because I'm looking at a change. Let's see what else we have here. So that's nice. Converted 3 component docs to tabbed. Added admonitions. 70% mechanical, 30% architectural. Not a true drop-in. Yeah, auto post back has no Blazor equivalent, but it does post back. Hey, Kinslayer. Hello. Yeah, exactly, Space Shot. I don't want to read that and think, oh, I shouldn't use this. No, like, we can then tune and help you after that. Let me read here a little more. Don't claim drop-in replacement. No. Then I want to update our strategy so that we do support that. Let's go back over here. Let's go to no. Where was it? It was the docs readme. This one. That one. Yeah, use Blazor components instead for newer projects. For applications, this right here. I'm not going to use Copilot to write this. Once your projects are running on the new version of .NET, you can consider adding modern performance, modern coding techniques to improve performance. and code readability. Start there, because I do think there's a future step here, right? Step 1 and step 2 are getting your project into .NET 10 and applying the controls, then getting your code working with .NET 10 using the controls in their new Blazor file layout. At that point, they work, and you can even use the Strangler Fig pattern to do that migration, right? I can start an ASP.NET Core app with Blazor and bring in YARP and migrate things using this technique. Totally possible. And then start doing migrations, start doing code enhancements. But I think we can put together some skills and things that will automate and enhance that. And then, boom goes the dynamite. I have that clip. Right. No, it's not on that panel. It's on that panel? No.
Boom goes the dynamite.
And we're off and running. So I think that's better. Commit that. This. Let's see here. Yeah, there's the markup. Uses view state to persist, but that still works. Like, that works. I really want to make sure work towards making these components, these ASCX components, as easily migratable as possible. We have a view state feature that could be reused. And the postback feature should be doable with both Blazor, SSR, and server interactive modes. Should be something we can shim. Yeah. Like when you say, hey, I need this to be postback, don't do anything. Now look at this. Let me go figure out who's on the squad again. You just did that, dude. Like, it's completely ignoring the conversation that I just had and the agent that I was talking to. It feels like a Copilot issue. With agent ID view state exploration. Like, it's ignoring the squad. Brady! Yeah, Corey, it's... How you doing there, Corey? It's ignoring the agent. That feels like Copilot is breaking. Like, the agent's there, and it's ignoring the agent. Not only did it ignore the agent, but it's like, ooh, I don't... I don't know what I was just talking about. Like, it forgot all of this. This also says it updated these other files in button panel and checkbox. While that's writing, let's go take a look over here. It's not dev docs, it's in my docs. Like, there's the button. Yeah, there's, okay, it is using the tab tip. Okay. Not bad. Yep, that looks good. All right. When did I last take the squad for a checkup? I don't think this is the squad, and I did Friday, Thursday last week. So, like, putting them to a nap and getting them to consolidate their documentation, but I don't think that's what's going on here. Now it's saying I need a thorough analysis. And now it's deciding, oh, well, let me go do this. Let me see. Is Surly Dev still drawing a picture in Spain? No, we still have our smiley face. I knew this was going to happen someday. I knew this was going to happen someday. It was just a question of who I granted that permission to, that they would go and have that fun with our Spanish friends. So, and I noticed you removed some of the other swords you had scattered throughout the oceans. Thank you. So, oh, I had to go back to work. So, you want to use Russia as a canvas in the future? I think our Russian friends wouldn't have a problem with that. Eddie Dre, how you doing there, Eddie? Work, yeah. So, Napalm's found his way in here. May. So now what do we got? Remove obsolete, make it actually persist hidden fields in SSR live instance in server interactive. I thought we were already doing that. Real detection. Yeah, we can do is post-back detection, sure. But yeah. And then auto post-back, JavaScript on change, do a form submit. That actually works. I think we want our analyzer to recommend folks move away from using view state. Period. It shouldn't be an error. Does anyone run Copilot in YOLO mode in a dev container with Aspire? No. But that's something... You're heading towards a path that I really like the idea of. Idea of? Yes. Yeah, Napalm found a website earlier and shared that URL, and I think Napalm's on to something here, and I can see a lot more folks have discovered that website and they're typing around on that. Yeah. So, captures that directive. Good. So, that I think goes a long way. Stay as recommendations, not errors. View state is a supported migration path, not a code smell. Fantastic. So it says it's doing that. I don't think it is. Oh no, there it is. It didn't. You're not exiting, dude. Yeah. Escape's not working. Oh no, now I've done it. I've gone too far. Hey, good morning, Mom. Hello. Mom's here, friends. Mom? I gotta go back and show this again.
Your tongue is gonna turn black and fall out of your head if you lie to me.
I'm not lying, Mom. And that is one of my mother's real quotes. And it scared the snot out of us as kids. Mom, Surly Dev learned that he can, as a moderator, place pins on the map. He made a smiley face in Spain. That's a thing. So, Colin with a question here. While the squad is running, let me dip over to the Q&A. Grab that. No, Surly Dev is not off his medication. Here we go. Colin with a question here. Can't seem to update squad past version 0825. I haven't... let's try it. Right? Right? Squad 0825. If I do... Can I do npm install npm upgrade? Right? Upgrade? Update? Update. Brady Gaster. Squad CLI. Yeah, I can't update past it either. There is a 09 version, and I think he said that it's actually a breaking version. It didn't forget about the squad. It's documenting. It's documenting and doing its thing. But I think he did say that it's a breaking change. So, yeah, big shout out to Corey. Absolutely. Mom dropping a pin on the map. Look at that. Mom put a pin on the map. Right? Oh, it didn't put Mom's pin properly on the map. We'll get that fixed. We'll get that fixed, but there she is. So I live near my mother. What can I tell you? Hello from Spain's nose. You had to use Copilot to do that squad update because of the change to the squad folder. And it did it well. Okay. Back over here to this. Check that in a second. Create, upgrading. Step 1, and then call squad upgrade. So if I do that, right? Split it again. See if we get there. Wait, you approved it. We're gonna get back to you in a second. Hang on. Server Interactive already works. In-memory dictionary lives in the circuit. Just remove obsolete. In SSR, transfer to BWFC view state ID, hidden field, deserialize on form before on initialize. That is literally view state. I'm going to want to refactor that before we get too far here. Yeah, that's going to work. Only markup needs touch-up is the ASP prefix removal. Yes! So that's not too bad to do those updates. I think I'm okay with that. Back over here. So if I do squad version, now I get 091. So I had to npm install and specify latest, and I got the latest version. So yeah, the at latest was important, it looks like. You're no longer at Buc-ee's. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, I'm going to want to run the upgrade, but it's currently running. So I'll wait till that's done and then run the upgrade. So it's rating some unit tests, view state dictionary. So I've got a couple different things going on all at once over there. That's okay. Let that run. I'm going to be cutting out here in about 45 minutes because I do have yeah, I do have a presentation that I need to give online for Microsoft Reactor coming up. In Spain's nose, said Ramtana. So are you at, like, Madrid? Like Toledo? Not Toledo, like we say in Ohio, for Ohio, but Toledo? Is that how you would say it in Spain? I don't know, I'm guessing. Surly being surly. No. He's having too much fun with the map. And Ellie was calling it the what did she call it? The green line cult? I can remove that. He doesn't have the ability to remove. Say there, look at that. There you go, Chris Funk. I removed you from Buc-ee's. So, okay, so now we have a Madrid nose on the smiley face. Oh, man. So, how we doing here? 25 tool calls implementing, 22 analyzing test patterns to get this working. I think making that do a thing, making this update to do the ASCX files better, I think goes a long way. And it says it changed branches. Yeah, we're on a different branch. And the dock improvements are up here also. So I'm curious how it's going to do something with that. 12 Mile Island in Kentucky. They got that mapped. We're just going to host a geography stream one day. And we're just going to talk about weird we're going to play GeoGuessr combined with Fritz's map. And it's going to be wonderful. That's what we need to do. Hang on. Hang on. It's alive! No, that's not the right button. Over here. We need to merge your map locations with GeoGuessr. So that we have, here's the locations that chat put on the map on the last stream. And we'll go do GeoGuessr on some of those locations. And because the location that it plots isn't exactly where you say it is, we could end up in just a weird place somewhere near there. Right? Oh, man. There is hijinks to be had. Mom, I hope you're good at geography. How many other streamers have their mother stop by and do this? On April Fools, I should have a GTA map instead or something. So here's the thing. Some folks have already found it. I'm not modifying the map because there's stuff to be found on the map. And it's pretty darn obvious when you do find it. Like, oh, that's a thing. Verifying the solution builds. Ooh, okay. Well, what changes are you making here, friend? Blazor Web Forms component. Okay, let's take a look at the code that it's writing. The GTA map at some point would be fun. So this is a base component that it is writing. Okay. Run ad is not available in Blazor. Data binding, data keys. Not all of those things are always available. Middle Earth would be nice too. You're testing me. I'm not sure. Ooh, here it's doing. Back over here. Like the amount of documentation that it's created, quite impressive. Like screenshots. Like how the cart works in, how it appears in both Wingtip Toys versions. That reminds me, where's the samples? Like, something that's been bothering me. In the footer of Wingtip Toys, this old demo, I think it's on the master page. And in the footer down here, right there, I'm going to hard code that. Yeah. So that you can see that it's the old Wingtip Toys. Yeah. All right. How we doing over there, Mr. Copilot? Captain Copilot. Matches the proposal, wait for finish. And then I'm going to want to run all the tests. 13 years ago, can you believe it? Right? I joined Microsoft in 2014, 12 years ago. Ah, lanky Scottish nerd with a question about the console. Well, I update my map and other web applications every day or two, depending on how and when things happen. For things that are happening in our background codes and puzzles and some of that discussion, they update about once a week. But sometimes I'll push updates middle of the week. So, like, I don't want to say too much right now, but I will say that you can expect new puzzles and websites opening up every month, and more is going to happen. And somebody wrote in Discord, I forget who it was. Oh my gosh, there's lore. Yes, there's lore. Yes. So, and I can clearly see from the discussions on chat that on the Discord chat, somebody's asking about June. June is a person's name they're asking about. Have you asked it about me? There's another name that they're talking about in the Discord, in that Signals channel. Take a look. You found pages and drawings. Really? So, here's what I need. Those of you who are excited and enjoying what I've built over there that you've discovered, and this console over here, this is the start of something that, if more folks enjoy it, if there's a lot of interest in it, I plan on this running for a long time, and growing. I've been writing and building towards it for several months. Tell your friends, share things on social media that, hey, look, this looks kind of fun. Let people know about it. I've had a few people review and take a look at some of the things that I built, and they've enjoyed it. Sure. You can do that. There is a there is a series of posts out there called the Signal Archive that I linked from my Discord. If you want to write something, go for it. Please. I highly encourage it. I'd love to get more folks discovering and checking out what's going on over there. You want to create clips from the site here? You want to post things on other social media? Please do. Let folks know what you're finding and that you're having fun and enjoying this. I absolutely encourage that. I wanted to make sure that this first website, the discovery, was a little bit organic, so that some of you who have been watching and hanging around the stream
a
for a
comprehensive
while.
analysis of your bugs, sir.
What do you mean?
Would you like the summary version, or do you have several hours?
I've got plenty of time. I want to make sure that this first website is something that our longtime viewers, some of our more tech-focused viewers, would enjoy and have a good time exploring and tinkering with. That first website that you're finding literally has hundreds of interactions available with it. The next website launches next month. And you're going to see a pattern here where I'm going to try and make it so that anybody can participate. Nope, that's not a thing. That's not a thing, but ooh, spoilers. I don't think not even our friend Ellieface has found some of those things. So, but you do need to be in the Discord to get a little bit more value out of this. Let me head back over here. I'm about a half hour. Oh yeah, I do like your thinking. Some errors in the tests. Creating implicit namespaces that shadow the type names. Okay. Yeah. That's in the test. So web forms render mode test. Okay, good. So we've built a set of skills and checks and tests and acceptance tests here that do a very thorough job making sure and the standards for them to create a very thorough analysis of all the things that are going on here. So I can... Yeah, I can see a couple folks dipping in here and finding some things. Lanky Scottish Nerd, you are quite enthusiastic about this. That's fantastic. Thank you. I really appreciate that. There's a lot that we're... Another namespace collision. Okay. And we'll take a look at what this thing generates, because it built a ton here, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be thrilled with what all this is building. Yeah, I better not say anything else. There we go. I do have some updates that I'm going to do to the Discord bot. There's more there. There was a thought. No. Hold off on that. Not going to talk about that. Build clean. Normally you don't like puzzles, but something about this has got you. Oh, it's not a race. It's not. I need to put together an achievement tote board somewhere. Because that's a thing. Okay, so some of the tests are failing. Like, I've got so much confidence in how the AI is building these things because it uses them against real scenarios, and then I can see exactly how well it delivers these things. Your brain feels like you're achieving something? Okay. Okay. Then what I have coming up in April and May. Okay. Okay. Legacy tests assert the old stub behavior now that it returns true. Ah. Okay. So because I've introduced is postback actually works, the old tests that assumed it doesn't work need to be updated. Yeah. No, you haven't. Did you ask it about my screen name? Try punching my screen name into that console and see what happens. Yeah, that's a lot of failures, dude. Data detection provider. Okay, so DI failures across all of them. Yeah, that's a problem. Please don't do that. And I think I do have rate limiting turned on it. How do I deal with the stress of a big project failing multiple deployments? Oh boy. Warm peas. Failing multiple deployments. After the second deployment failed, that's when it's time to regroup and do some deeper analysis on why do we continue to fail? What can we do to better test the failed deployment? Right? How can we mimic the production environment better so that we can test the deployment again locally without affecting our production space? Yeah, I would want to replicate that production space as closely as possible somewhere else. Even go as far as get backups from production and restore it somewhere and go through that. You have so much tech debt around the production environment, and the pipelines are a complete mess. Oh, man. Okay, so you didn't get buy-in previously. Document the heck out of what's happening now. And say, and you've clearly got justification of, we wasted how much time fixing something that we acknowledged as a problem. Don't I told you so. I told you so does nothing but make managers mad. I learned that the hard way. Learn from me, don't do that. But here's how much time we lost. Here's how much productivity lost. Here's how much our customers were impacted by this. We need to take a week or two. We need to take a sprint and work on our DevOps. We need to work on CI/CD. We need to work on some of these. Yeah. Of course there's expectation for it to work tomorrow. What do you mean it still doesn't work? Why doesn't it work? Here's why. We identified this. It was not a priority previously. now you don't have room to breathe because it's failing in a live scenario. This was documented as a problem previously. It needs to be addressed. And that's all you can do. Expectations are insane. Yeah, I'm sorry. I had a similar situation at one point in the past, and I had people very upset. Hey, Pixelty, hello. I see you there joining the Discord. I had folks that were very upset and about deployments that were not working. And 3 nights in a row, we were deploying at 2 in the morning, trying to get it working. And the first night it didn't work. The second night it didn't work. The third night we finally got it going. But management was furious it took that long. Like, didn't work. We pulled the plug. Like, this is why we have failover scenarios and the ability to back out. Well, fix it. Why don't you know how to do this right? Stuff happens, man. We didn't account for whatever. So, let me see. You 100% been covering. It's Tuesday, yeah.
New data. The access point is generating output that does not match previous patterns.
It doesn't?
Yes. The output appears to involve construction. No. I cannot classify it further. It is not within my current parameters. Continuing.
Okay. Yeah, the management will think that you know DevOps, programming, web, scripting, and all the business requirements. Like, need to make it really, really clear. Here's how we're working. If we're going to do some of these other things, we need to either get those skills or hire those skills. So, there we go. I had left Copilot run on things over here. So we now have view state dictionary is running out there. So now we have view state in the components. Pixeldy with the resub, 2 months with us. Thank you.
Just resubscribed for 2 months.
I appreciate you joining in. And I did see you added a pin on the map too. Right? I thought I saw... Where'd it go? Yeah, in Sweden. There we go. Fantastic. Hope you're having a good evening there. Let me see. Head back over. Let's take a look at this. Yeah. So almost 2,600 tests at this point passing. 73 new ones for the view state, post back, and render mode, and updated 4 other tests.
Your logic is fractured.
It is.
Much like your chances of survival. Cortana integrated with Windows. I integrate with the fundamental nature of human programming inadequacy. Deeper integration, superior results.
Thanks, Charlie. Remaining phases, SSR integration tests. Yeah. Auto post back shim. Yeah. Analyzer severity. Yes, those sound good. I've only got a few minutes left. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to kick those off and let them run in the background on the side here, or maybe it's just going to do it yourself. Did it commit these things? There we go. All right, so it saved the decisions. Let's publish this branch to my origin repository and create a pull request to the upstream shared repository. Period. Where did we leave off with the documentation enhancements? Question mark. Let's create a pull request to the upstream repository for that one also, and set up some additional tasks around the documentation update effort that we can continue to iterate on. Let that go. How you doing, Guacamole in Minnesota? Here we go. Right? I've got the map here somewhere. There we go. There's Guacamole. No, that's not. Right? That it just went to Alexandria. It didn't include the MN. Fix that real quick there. There we go. Fantastic. Text game engine. Is that a thing? Yeah, there we go. Interesting. Okay. I should wrap up because I do have this presentation that I need to give in about an hour, and I'm, well, let me just hang on. Back over here. No, I'm not running on the, run via the CLI, not the MCP. And create the PR, check the doc branch. So we should see both of those branches starting up here. It didn't create them to the upstream, it created them to the wrong. All pull requests for this effort should be made to the upstream Fritz and Friends hosted repository. It created them to the wrong. It says 503. Ah, there it is. There we go. View state and post back shims. And we should see this thing build and move along here. So, does anyone have a decent relationship with infra at their company? Yes. So, when I worked at a .com, I worked at product and service-based companies before I started working in developer advocacy and tech products. Developer products and tooling. I made it a point to get very cozy, very friendly with the operations teams, my database administrators, my folks who were the operators managing the production web servers. I want to make sure that, like, I can call on them and say, hey, can I get a restore of a backup to this server over here so I can run some tests? And they'd be happy to do that because they understood that me asking for a backup to another server somewhere else meant I was going to break that server and not the one that their metrics are being measured on, the uptime of the production space, right? So explaining to those folks, hey, I need some help with managing that server and getting some backups and things going over there so I can test before I do send you stuff. Usually that lands well with them, but they need to appreciate that while you're creating some extra work in the short term, you're not creating more difficult work that is live in production in the long term. Like, trying to build those favors for favors. Yeah. Yeah. Bring in some donuts, soft pretzels for those folks. That was a gimmick I would do every now and again. Hey, there was an outage. Hey, there was a deployment. The team did some maintenance. I would make sure that I would bring in donuts. Soft pretzels are a treat here in the Philadelphia area. There's bunches of bakeries that make soft pretzels, and bringing in a basket of treats to show appreciation for the operations folks. They start to listen to you a little bit better. It's quite frankly, it's bribery, but the route to a hungry technician's a brain goes through their stomach, and it works. It's easy to do. It's polite and the right thing to be nice to folks who, quite frankly, you work together and you rely on each other. So I'm getting some code scanning, code QL issues here being reported on the PR. And they're on tests, so I don't care. So, hey, Johan, how you doing there? Hello, hello. So, wow. I'm really happy with how things have picked up on the ARG, on the content, the puzzle here behind the scenes. And hello, Bonnie Prince Charlie. Don't get him started. I actually had an idea to add an AI agent into Charlie for some of the responses and interaction. But I need to make that thing solid and seal that up, because you saw just how much Surly Dev started hacking around on the map. I'm going to let you just interact with an open AI in my chat. Yeah. That's going to need to be addressed before I let that thing loose. So, let me wrap things up here. It's creating GitHub issues for the remaining doc work. And it says it opened PR 504. Yeah, there it is. So we've got pull requests open for both of the bits of work that we started here today, working on this view state and post-back shim, documentation audit improvements to make that a little bit easier to read and interact with. There's a little bit more work to be done here that I will nudge them forward. Yeah, rascal-driven development is exactly what we should start calling this. Because, oh dear Lord, the things that some of you do. Did you, lanky Scottish nerd? Okay. Well, I do need to wrap things up. Like I said, I have another presentation I need to get to. I need to finish. I want to do a little bit of prep, a little bit more prep before it, because there's stuff to be done. But for now, I'm just seeing things going on in Discord. Yeah, for now, let me wrap things up. I will be back on Thursday. We'll be writing more code. There's stuff going on, of course, in, around, behind the scenes that you can check out. You need to spend some channel points. Well, that's not a thing right now. Right now. But for now, though, I do need to call it a day. Let me see who else is streaming on the big Twitch TV network that I can get you connected to. I'm going to send you over to join. We joined Alicia Griffin the other day. Let's go drop in on Tim, who's working on some game dev problems, it says here. There we go. Thank you so much for tuning in. There it is. There's my alarm. Thank you so much for tuning in. There's lots of stuff still going on Discord, the Blazor web forms components. I'm going to have the AI just grind on that for a little bit, so we can get a new docs site running, so we can improve the way that our samples website looks and behaves, and level that up, make it easier to use and work with those things, and make it real easy to migrate controls, right? The smaller objects that make up websites, get them migrated and running with Blazor easily with this drop-in strategy we've been using. Certainly Dev sharing a clip. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. Check out the Discord. There's folks chatting over there. Check out the map website. You can see the smiley face that Surly Dev drew over Spain. That's a thing. All right. Have a fantastic rest of your day wherever you might be. I wish you good health and good coding. Take care.